Well, good morning, generals. It is the B2, and I wanted to drop in and do a weekend update of Conflict of Nations. So stay tuned. Hey, before I start the video, I just wanted to talk to you guys for a couple of seconds and say thank you so much. We hit 2,000 subscribers. I never really thought that with a small little gaming channel we would hit that, and so I just wanted to take a couple of moments and acknowledge that and say thank you. And I wanted to talk to you about the Discord. So we do have a Discord. It is available for everybody. I'm going to put it in the description below the video. And you guys are all invited to come out and be a part of the community. But as you can see here, we have a Conflict of Nations main chat. We do games where we'll put it up for specific communications so that you guys can enjoy those rooms. So we do have a couple people who aren't on right now, but we have some moderators. We also have some community managers. So if you need your own private room for your team, we can make that here on the sidebar and give you the opportunity to use the Discord versus having people run the intel on your cities and intercept your communications. So you can use that on here. And again, just thank you on the 2K subscribers. I hope you enjoy the video. All right, so I figured I would start with my oldest game being Bolivia. This thing is 81 days, which are 81 4x days, so 20 real days. But you can see how they've got a defense here. There's not really going to be any missiles that hit or ICBMs or anything weird. They did come in through Peru. We repelled that. They got all the way into Rio Branco, and then we pushed them back out. But it was in response to what we're doing on the other side. Now, you can see we're at 52 out of 59-20. It probably is going to take us at least 2 more days to do this. And this is a coaching moment that I want to share with my team because I know they're watching that. So if you look at the scoreboard, we're pretty much done. There's nothing. The next closest is the rogue leader. So if we just went and captured all these rogue cities, we would be close to a victory, and we're still spreading out. So this game has just seen a lot of turns in it. HJ was in this game. He plays some of the games with, I think he was Poland. Yeah, see. He actually had we were tied as the coalition leaders, and we had to go into Europe, and then I think they had Serbia and a couple more. You can see how we still haven't really, we've just kind of pushed back on this border, and it's gone back and forth. We pushed in, I went into Ukraine and Serbia, but Serbia has just an amazing defense. Whoever that guy is, I don't think I've played with him before, this Daniel guy. Really good player, though. Salad has actually taken out 2 of my officers. 2, maybe 3. I don't know. But he's pretty hunkered down in here. He's got a lot of defenses, and we don't get very far if we ever try in there. The problem is that he has no support from Romania or Ukraine. Even though they hold this land, they still are not pushing forward and coming out. So you can see right here. The Tebs was with us earlier, but then went inactive, but still has that land. So great job by these guys, Karunda, BV, Brune, and Army Man. We're starting to see more activity out of them, but you can see how we're in Asia here, taking land, and then heading into the Asia Pacific, theater down here. Pointing out that they've been sitting with a ship here for 2 days now. We've got like 9 ships here, and we've got another 8 ships over there. We have 17 ships in Australia. Not a single blinking infantry unit to go in and look. This is a rogue city. Basically, all it would take is you to go in there with like a 2 or 3 infantry stack, and you can start taking Australia. Look, even down here, rogue, and then this won't take long to pound the shorelines and make that rogue as well, and to take out another Japanese ship. So for my guys that are playing this, if you're going to take ships somewhere, follow it with a stack of something that can actually land grab, so that you can get into these cities here. Smashing the buildings is good, but if they still own the territory, they can annex and build troops, so make sure you grab those. And then I've got some guys down here. Let's so this is how this works, right? You see I have the stack on here. It's got something that can cap, but I'm still moving. The game timer is 3, so the day just started and this stopped smoking, right? So I'm going to move this one down to this city, and I'm going to move this down close, and then I'm just going to move this entire stack in, right? Now, the reason I'm doing that is this troop's going to move in and stop this city from losing morale, right? So right now it has a 33% chance of insurgency. It's because I'm so far from my capital. I'm at war with 8 nations. And so this at war with 8 nations, I wanted to point out like why that happens, right? So if you go into this, you're going to need to produce not only an infantry, but a naval infantry, right? So if you go down here to some of these countries that have twos and ones, like we have to find Mongolia's 2 cities. We have to take them out. I think they're in Italy. And then once he's at 0 and 0, we're no longer at war. But see, we're still technically at war with Finland too. Now the problem is that he's only got 2. So if I go to Finland and start looking for where his territory's at, like I need to take those out because being at war with 7 countries is only a 14 on the minus scale, right? So I'm going to go up here and look and say, that's going to be a rogue. Myanmar. Like, can I find these 2? Where is it at? Romania. So I'd have to find out where these 2 pieces of land are at. So islands. Are there any islands over here? But you get what I'm saying. Like we need to find this Finland territory wherever they happen to have this extra land. And I can't see. Yeah. So I can't find them. Just kind of Finland right here, right? These 2 pieces of land are keeping us with a -2 on there. So now that's way deep, kind of close to Kiev. That's going to be hard to get to, but I think you get the gist of how to take care of that. So this game should be over within a couple of days. We've got troops basically taken out the map. We had a huge fight in Africa and moved up, but these units over here with all these cities shouldn't take long to run through. And then what I got to dip back through is look and see which cities are not smoking right here. So I know that I can get this guy over to this city. I've got a radar, so it's telling me there's nobody in this city right here, so I don't need 2 guys to go over there, right? That guy's still smoking, or I would take this guy over, and he's still watching this city. If not, at midnight, when this turns over, you're going to go to rogue. So another trick that I'll use is I can move a guy out to here and say, what's the time limit? 4 hours, and then waypoint him back, and he's going to be back in this city. I get an extra territory basically for free, right? So that's how that works. Like you want to send your guys out. Over here, the same thing, right? Like I should be sending this guy out. I can split them out and say, let's run this infantry guy. Now, sometimes it works against you, and you'll run into a troop and get killed out here, But at this point in the game, it's just a land grab. And I could probably take, let's see, can I get to there? 5 hours, 7 hours, and all the way back in is 10 hours, which keeps me under the time limit, and I pick up all the VPs from these areas. Now, it might not sound like a lot, but what it does is it gives you this extra money and extra manpower, and that is critical in the early game because it seems like you're always out of manpower to build troops, right? So this game is pretty much under control. My guys are doing a great job and moving through, like even just getting through here, capping territory, which we've been doing. So let me readjust this guy. I want to move him to here. I just hate having land that's extra, right? So I get 1, 2, 3 VP instead of 2 VP. And now I can move this guy over and move him there. And I just usually set them, because it's a land grab situation, I'll set them on a long run and then let them run through there, right? Next game is actually a game that I started with our group, and I'm still in. I'm still playing another Bolivia game because we had started, and we had a coalition up here that got taken out by this guy, Brazil, who was golding, and then all of a sudden they just stopped playing. So I ended up remaining in this game, and now Russia, who has 3,411 VPs, added a couple of us low-rank guys in there, and there's been several different alliance changes on here as well. So he actually picked me up. So I've just kind of been going in here and just filling in some land as I can and taking some stuff. And then here I am. I took a city right here. So what I'll do is I'll move out with 2 guys and start taking some more land, right? So I don't want to run into any troops, but this game I think is pretty much over as well. It seems like most of them have stopped. I'm going to let them grab that city, but I'm going to just keep on land grabbing. I need fuel, so I'm going to come down here and grab that fuel thing. So let's see, one more move. No, let's leave it right there. Now, I took over this one and I built some industry, so I built the one because I need my fuel is so low. I have so little land, but we're going to make that up. So sliding over here as well. That should be an easy win. But yeah, you can see how Russia has just, I mean, they just have so much land that they're taking over here. It's kind of crazy. So this game will be over fairly soon as well. I have a feeling this won't take more than a few days, especially if the rest of us start going out there. Angola's making a little run there. Hopefully they'll run in. Well, they're not going to run to that city. Tell you what, I can move those guys, but I'll just start taking the cities over here. That is the Bolivia game. Then we are in Mongolia here. This is just a regular 1x game, and I'm kind of digging this game so far. Like, not gonna lie, it's been a pretty interesting one. But I've been able to come through. We took Pakistan out, and then a couple of other places, and I believe we're going to be moving on Kazakhstan here shortly. So I wanted to keep my guys out here. Oops, always hit the wrong guys. But I'm moving because I want to start, when we do start moving up here, I want to start up here. And this guy is part of an alliance, but they're kind of a smaller alliance. And Chad and Morocco are so far away that we're going to be able to take out Kazakhstan, I think, if 2 or 3 of us jump on him quick. So that's kind of the plan there. As long as Russia doesn't come after me. But let's see, Russia's a different alliance, so I think we're good to go. And they're still at 10 cities. Don't think Russia is actually too active on there. First military began. Yeah, so we're good. Let's check out our alliance here. Is Base Hunter, my man Base Hunter. Look, 29 at Japan. He's really struck out and made some good things. India 19, Vietnam 22, Rule Britain Gonsalves. I'm actually the lowest ranked guy, but I started Mongolia with only 5. I will grow, trust me. But I am pretty low in the rankings on this one. So love that game so far. Next game is I'm playing Ukraine, and this one's been an interesting one for me. I've gotten some pretty far out there and hit into France, but France has been holding this off. I just think that we're going to get sandwiched here soon if I look at the board. Here, you know, there's a couple of big guys here and a couple of big guys there, and we're in between them, right? So you got Africa over here, and then you've got the U.S., South America over here, and then we're kind of Europe stuck in between, and we've not really made a lot of progress up there, even though we've got a bunch of cities in here. So I am moving these 2 units right here. I'm going to take these couple of Swedish towns. I don't know why Finland just seems like they've gone AFK. Honestly, let's see what their login is on here. So, yeah, Romania hasn't logged in since 5/28 in a 4X game, so that's at least a 24-hour period. But, yeah, Finland hasn't logged in since 5/27. So you can see, like, we need some guys on the Con Elite team on the Discord that are going to be in here playing pretty much every single day. So hit our Discord if you definitely want to join. I'm going to be looking for some new players on there. But my goal is to get in here and lock up these territories that are around here. I think this is actually, yeah, see, France again. Sweden, rogue state. So we should be able to get in here and knock these out. But yeah, there's so many troops in here. Like Romania should be in here grabbing these towns that have gone rogue. Just a lack of activity. So we'll get it moving. Then I got another Romania game. I get so confused, but I'm actually going after Iraq in here. And so I want to get these units down. That's 3, 4, so I need 6. So that works. You get 10 units before you start losing. But I want to go right into Baghdad and knock them out. So it leaves me some more infantry. So I'm going to take and I'm going to split them, right? And I'm going to grab a 1. And I'm going to go pick up this other territory because, again, right, you're going for resources and you're going for VPs for the ultimate win. But if you don't have them, your competition has them, and it's making for your competition extra resources and extra money. So you definitely want to starve them out. And then I'm going to take them right back to the city here. But you can see how we're going to just snake that other land. Now, I don't want to move out in these other territories too quick. We did take a city over here. What you don't want to do, is this a home city of Iraq? It is a home city of Iraq, but it's okay, right? Because there's no buildings in here. If there was like a barracks or a weapons facility or just all kinds of crazy stuff, you want to go save your arms industries, save your airport, but you want to take barracks and get rid of them because if they take that town back, you don't want them to build it, right? Makes sense, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So now we're just going to roll down here and take another town. This is unoccupied. This is Syria, so we're just gonna take a couple of things here, and because the timer is 5 hours or 4 hours 45 minutes, I don't want to move guys too far out that I need back. See, that one will make it out and in before the timer. That way, if rogues do pop in the city, you're still going to be able to handle them, right? But this should give me a chance to grab a couple of cities. I didn't lose anything on the way in. Yeah, see, I just gained all this territory from Iraq. My fear is that Iran is going to come in from the side over here, right? But I didn't realize this is that's Iraq as well. So we're going to have to backtrack some units or send another squad in to come over here and take care of him. We also want to take care of these little island towns to get those out to make those ours as well. So I do have a stealth squadron from Poland over here. Keep an eye on troop movements, but I'm going to probably ask him to move them up to Tbilisi just to make sure. But once to take Baghdad and the capital's gone, should be easy money from there. So if we look at where we're at in these standings, I think we have a really good shot in this game already. All five in like the top, 10, 11 players. Myanmar, Australia, kind of far away from us. Libya's kind of close and Ethiopia's kind of close. They came in on us early in the game. Israel as well. And then we pushed them back out of Istanbul and Andropolis. So now we're took out Turkey because he was weak, and now we're going to work on Iraq and Iran. Is kind of the goal for me anyway. We are getting stretched over on the other side here. I mean, you got all kinds of craziness over here going. Poland, yeah, it's a big stack. Germany and everything. So I think we kicked the U.S. out of here, if I'm not mistaken. And then we kind of went over to take this town. So Cuba, yeah, Cuba and the U.S. were trying to come across, but we repelled them over. So that's going to be an interesting match. Like, I like this one so far. This game 905 is really been a fun one. So let me take a look at my cities. Do I need to build anything? I got a little bit of material. So let's go. I don't need an army base 5 yet, so I don't want to be wasteful. I don't need any other buildings in that town. My arms industries are big. I've got an airport. That's fine. I don't need to do any research. I do like to put underground bunkers. The reason why is that it gives you this, at level 1, it's a 33% garrison damage decrease, and it does bump your morale 5%, right? So when you come in and put an underground bunker in, you don't need as many troops to defend it, and they take less damage. So, that's something you want to consider when you're putting these in your town is to always have at least a level 1. It makes it harder for your enemies just to run through. Army base 3, I do need to build one of those. Army base 3. So the idea is here at going for these, you need a level 4 army base to build your rocket launchers. So I do like to push all these to level 4. Level 5, if you need to build, I think it's the theater defense system. Let me see. Yeah, Army Base 5, right? So when you get kind of mid-game, when people start to want to get antsy and fire rockets, you're going to want to have a couple of these guys. Now, the thing to notice is that right off the bat, they only do a 12, and a lot of the missiles are 15s. So you need to double them up when you build them. Watch, I'll show you here. So on research, on the missile, you're going to come in here to cruise missile, right? These guys are going to have 15 hit points, right? So they're you need to make sure that you have enough air defense to knock those guys out of the sky. Worst thing you can do is build one. It only does 12 damage. Now, later in the process of building them, you can really level them up, and they can usually take out most of them. But even at this level, at 16, it's going to take out your basic ones, but you're still going to have to use some of the AAs, right? And by AA, I mean this guy right here, the mobile anti-air. So if you have him on top of that, he's going to do another 2 damage on there. And I usually have 2 or 3 of these in a stack, usually 3 in a defensive stack, which gives you that extra 6. So then you get like a 16, and then you get like a +6 from your THAAD, right? From your AA. So again, I'll show you the stats on it. It's going to do 16 damage, offensive and defensive to him coming in, plus your 6 is 22, which then allows you to defend even if you come down here to the end. Let's see, I forget what these are. Yeah, see a 15, right? The hit points, you'll be able to take any of them that are coming out. Let's look at one of the ICBMs. I think they're more. 15s, yeah. Yep, so you'll be able to knock out any of those. Let's see what the chemical one is. Yep, 15. So you're good to go on there. You get the point on that. I like this game too. This 905, it's got some promise for us to win. 906 is a little bit of a different story, man. We're taking some damage by these guys. I always do that. I end up clicking on a unit randomly. We tried to go after Poland. We got repelled back. I lost 2 big stacks. They came in, took my town. So if you look at this guy, I've only got a level 1 barracks in here because I just missed out. But you can even see like rogue states coming in. It's just a mess. Every time I log into this game, I just hold my breath because I'm just not sure what's going to happen, man. So, but it looks like Serbia is launching out for some lands. We are getting attacked on the west side. I think we're one of the lower ranked alliances here. So yeah, you can see on the wheel here, like we're the blue. We're getting squeezed here between 2 big coalitions that are just tightening the noose on us. If we don't get moving soon in this game and we don't build, we're gonna get taken out. So even Greece is struggling a little bit to get some territory down here. If I look at the coalition logins, you can see on here like yeah, see Serbia 519. So this is, probably, I don't know, a day ago. Germany 520. So we got to get these guys active on here. Give us a hand. France moving up helped out tremendously. Took a ton of pressure off of me because Belarus was really pushing. So we got some ships attacking up here. I like that. Losing a little bit though. Getting ready to lose a Corvette, but still has a destroyer bombing. So I like it though. Like anytime you can bombard a city out there, and then of course running wild out here through the territory is making them chase him, which pulls units off. That's one of my oldest tactics in the book. Is you send an infantry unit off on like a suicide mission. You just run them all the way through a territory and then pull them off a land. And then I think it's got to be a naval unit too, which is, yeah, even better because they're going to be able to like re-engage back down here and make another run through there and then get off onto the sea and move out. I like it. I like it a lot. So let's see. Do we need to advance? I always max out my troops first because it's going to give you, watch the difference on the motorized infantry is going to attack at a 3 and defend at a 3-8. But once you level them off, that 3 and that 3-8 turns into a 6-5 and an 8-1. As far as putting defensive units into a town, like this is going to be it. You throw some infantry, like 4 or 5 infantry, and then you throw like 4 or 5 rocket launchers in there. There's just no one going to come in. And so usually I'll do like a 3 troop, 3 rocket launcher, 3 air defense, in the THAAD or something like that. So no rockets come in, and that's gonna cause them to wait. So they're gonna come in range, and your 3 rocket launchers are gonna start pounding whatever units are coming through. So by the time they actually get to your city, you've typically hit them twice. That's a lot of damage. So unless they have rocket launchers too, like you're just gonna be at an advantage. So it looks like rogues are coming back through here, but I can split off and send one of these units. So I want to take this land back and get these rogues out of here. Again, right, you're trying to build your resource 2 hours. And let's see if I can get back in 5 hours. It's going to be tight, but, even if a rogue pops in here, we're only 1 or 2 away. So let's get this back. See, it's wanting to attack the rogue that's in there. That's how I know there's a rogue, but we're just going to move on top of it. And then come down here. And then send him back in the city. We're trying to edge across this land, and I need the resources as well as build up. So let's see, what do I need? This is the weakest city that I have, but I need it to... Let's get an army base in here so we can produce some troops, and let's see if can we pop out another one. We're going to be behind, so we'll throw it into a queue. That's the benefit of having the Security Council, is you can come in here. So let's take one last look at the standings here. And yeah, we're France doing great. Carl, Asian David, myself, HJ, and Mexing. Pretty good crew, man. Pretty solid guys. If we can push out through here. The problem is Belarus is really, really high on the rankings. Yeah, this guy's in Japan and India. I don't know. We'll see how this game ends out. Last game is my China game. And I was able to take out North Korea, most of South Korea. But Grumpy Dude over here is big in the community. Really high rank guy. So ranked 100, second lieutenant. Great guy, though. Messaged me and says, hey, so South Korea gave me the business, so I'm going to take them out. Like, I don't have a quarrel with you. which is fine. Like we usually typically have a right away. I've seen him in mini, yeah, right away. So, but what my next move is going to be is Russia also friended me and threw me, which is another just great player. If I look at this, Ghazi Khan is ranked 140 as lieutenant colonel. Came into the game late, realized that he didn't want to war with us, was struggling on the western side, and he's moved his units over there. Done such a great job that Ukraine offered peace because he was taking back territory. So great job. He's going to get his country back in order. I would imagine that this Kazakhstan would probably be a target. He's he's got a no coalition here, and he's only got his 8 starting units. So I think the plan for me is to roll through Mongolia and come through here. Now we've made a great first move and took Asia Pacific. So with everybody that we had rolling down here, Australia is going to be out soon. So I took the opportunity to do a quick land grab down here and just made a swipe through. I don't even care about the cities. I'm letting these guys grab all the cities. I just want to grab some land and then be able to get out because it matters for resources. Because what I do is I jump in the market and everything that I need, I buy the market out of. I said, I bought all the rare materials. I bought all the fuel. I've got plenty of electronics, but I need some of these. And so, boom, I'm going to buy the rest of that market out. Now I've got 1,000 more supplies, and I still got enough money. I'm making 1,000 an hour. The reason you make 1,000 an hour in a 4X is because you start taking more of these territories. Look at this one's worth 107 a day. This next one's worth 111 a day. This one up here is worth 111 a day, right? So you get it. I'm starting to stack all that. 10 territories is another 1,000, which is like another 80, 80 per hour that you're getting. Like it just starts to stack up. You have to consume land. It's a war game. Don't be passive. Go out and take what's yours, right? So you can see Australia kind of moved out to take some stuff, and then we took his homeland. So GG on that. I would imagine that our next move, I haven't looked at, see Blackbeard, single player, no coalition. So, I mean, if we take Mongolia and Kazakhstan, then, India's not too far behind it, but GG to that. So I think what I'll end up doing is pulling my troops from Beijing to go right to Ulaanbaatar, and then this big group right here will come across and take Chobasan and Darkhan, right? So pretty good game there. Enjoying my thing. So this is what I see when I see the stats, guys, right? So it tells me how good my videos do. It tells me it's 2002 subs, and then look at that pile of cash. I'm definitely not going to get rich making $50 a month, but making money was never the goal of this. It was more about the community, and so I wanted to thank you guys. Hitting 2,000 on a small little hobby channel has been pretty amazing, and it's all because of you guys. So anyway, the weekend update, I'm going to do a subscriber special, but I thought, I already had that page up anyway, so I figured I would show it to you guys. So hope you're having a great weekend, and I'm sure I'll see you in game.